We're still, all of Mojang will be here in a couple minutes, but what we're going to do is first we want to introduce you to the Cobalt team. They're going to show you Cobalt. Which we should have scooted you guys down there so you're like centered, but. And then Jacob's going to come up and show you Scrolls. And then the Mojang team will come on stage and we're going to do question and answers. So there's some microphones. But remember, we're on a suit. We have to keep this to 1 hour because we have tons of awesome panels. So I'm going to hand it over to the guys and they're going to show you Cobalt. Here you go.
Hello, MineCon. Let me just start by saying what an absolute honor it is. I don't think I've met so many nice people during the course of one day, and there's still more to come during this awesome weekend. So before I came here, I had this idea that the Minecraft community is probably the best gaming community today. And you guys have all proven me right, so thank you for that. Anyway, we are Oxeye Game Studio. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Pontus Hammarberg. I know you guys will have a hard time pronouncing that, so you can call me by my nickname Kinten. And I'll pass the mic around.
I'm Daniel Brunolf, but I have a name which I like to go by, which is The Wreck, which fits me better.
Does this work? Okay. Doesn't work. Okay. My name is Jens Bernsten. I'm also known as Jeb, and yeah. I just want to point out that Kinten is making a lot of the backdrops and artwork for the game, and the Wreck is the main developer, and I've been doing engine programming and level design. And I'll let this guy introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Matthias, and I do the music for Cobalt and also for Scrolls, but this time Cobalt.
So, does this work? 1, 2? No. Oh yeah, it does. I give that one back. So, a short introduction to Cobalt. When we started making Cobalt about 2 years ago, we had this idea that we would make this awesome, adventurous, exploratory game with an awesome platform engine. But as any good indie company, we didn't really have a plan. We just went with whatever felt right. So naturally, the game has changed shape a lot during the course of these 2 years. We still have the idea of having this exploratory open world universe with a storyline based on this alien planet called Trankopolis. But we've also added local multiplayer, and we still have the dream of one day being able to have network multiplayer as well for the game. Even though it might sound like we have this ad hoc approach to game development, I promise you this will not be a Duke Nukem Forever story. This game will be released, and we're aiming at having sort of the same approach as Minecraft. That is, we will start with pre-orders, which will enable the player to get the current build of the game. And this is because it's extremely important for us at this point in the development to get input from the community and to develop the game together with you guys. So that's our plan, and we hope to have the pre-orders out before Christmas this year.
And also, but you won't have to pre-order because all of you get the game for free.
Anyway, let's take a look at the game. I'll let Direct play the game, and I'll try to interview him as he goes. So yeah, Direct, where are we?
Whoa! We're at the little stage we made before MineCon to just demo some things. Basically got this little atmospheric stage where I'm just sort of exploring, meeting strange creatures like this guy here. He's really friendly, but if I sort of punch him, he'll be really angry.
Why is he angry though?
Because I punched him. Ow! I'll just leave him alone, I think.
So I see you got lava as well. Oh, sweet.
Lava is very dangerous, as you know from Minecraft.
So as you can see, we sort of went with the block graphics for this game as well. It's inspired by Minecraft. Oh, thank you, yeah.
This is basically just an atmospheric experience for you, I think, maybe. I don't know. So I'm just gonna move on to the next area, which is over here. And this area is a game mode called Survival, which you can play at the game center over at the other exhibit hall, where the purpose is basically to be able to survive for as long as possible and to collect a lot of money. And that is done by destroying these foes and picking up the little things they drop. And they can sometimes drop eggs or, you know, circuits or jewels, like this one here has little... Oh, elegant opal. That's very valuable. So
is that valuable?
That is very well. It's pretty crappy. But,
did you have to kill the mushrooms?
Yeah.
I'm like.
You see the little green SERPs numbers there are the money I get from selling my eggs and stuff. And when I sold the eggs, I can buy new things in shops and I can get upgrades in upgrade shops.
So basically what you're saying, you're a greedy little robot running around killing cute stuff.
Yeah.
And picking up their... So... Oh yeah. That sounds like a great game.
It's fun.
So who are these guys?
These guys are my sort of past friends who are now decided to be my enemies because they don't like me anymore.
Because you kill birds?
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
Oh!
So tell me a bit what happened before you died there. It seemed to slow down.
Yeah, the game has a lot of... Well, The game has a lot of bullet time, which means that when dangerous things approach you, the game around you slows down. So even if there is some action going on at the other side of the level, only in an area around your character. Oh, I can't right now.
Oh, okay.
Too late. Sorry. As I can demonstrate it right here with these robots on the right. You can see when they are throwing grenades at me, which they will probably do very soon. Whoa.
So one thing...
Oh, it gets slow, and I can punch it back at them. Oh, gotta get closer. Oh, shit. And that way you can... oh, shit. It's easy to die in this game, because if you lose your focus for a very, very short span of time, you will basically instantly just explode. Because everything in this game is super deadly.
So, one thing I notice...
Like that.
I'm trying to act like I'm this interviewer who's never seen this game, but, well, I think it's going quite well. So, one thing I noticed with this game, Daniel,
yes.
What's your name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the break.
One thing I noticed was that you don't really have an aim. Or how do you aim with the guns?
Alright, so in this game we decided we didn't really like WASD and mouse movement for platform games. So we wanted to get a really good gamepad feel, but we wanted to still retain the freedom of a 360-degree world. We didn't want to be limited to just horizontal and vertical shooting. So we added the possibility of rolling. So when you roll, you will aim your gun in all directions. If I shoot here, I will shoot up in there. And that can be used for various purposes, like I can jump up and shoot just after I roll to shoot a little bit downwards and stuff like that. And that gives you the freedom to act in all directions without having to use a mouse, basically. And it becomes much more a game about timing than accuracy. Also, we have little mini games. We have like a little radio here. It's not really a mini game, but it's a radio.
There's a chest as well.
Oh, is the music on? No. Oh.
The music is off, people. There's awesome music being played from the radio, right, Matthias?
Yes. Tons of music in the radio. I'm trying to do a lot of different tracks. If you get tired of my soundtrack.
That's one. And also, we have a little chest you can crack open. It's basically a... I was trying to crack the safe. It's you need a lot of audio fidelity to crack a safe. So I'm just gonna have to focus for a second here.
This is like Ocean's 12. Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
So as you can see, we've added all these tons of work. We've added mini games like cracking safes, like hacking computers and stuff like that we can add throughout the world to add to the experience. So it's not all about running around and killing stuff. It's also about exploring, sneaking, trying to survive in this environment.
I don't know.
The question was why he hates the birds.
Well, actually, I shoot the birds because if I don't, they pick my eyes out. So they hate me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just defending myself. Yeah.
So,
I think that sort of... Oh, I'll just before we get some questions maybe?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a shower. There.
The shower is colored after Lydia's hair.
Yeah.
So I think we've got about 5 minutes for questions before scrolls. Before we queue some questions, I'd just like to add again that the game is playable. A demo is playable at the exhibition floor. So come right by and don't hesitate to ask us questions. And also, I'd just like to add that yesterday we released an EP, so you can buy the music from the game, or some of the music from the game, at Matthias's homepage. So check that out. It's anusu.com, oxidegames.com as well. So, questions?
Yeah, go on.
I think Jens will choose.
I think you're supposed to go to the mic if you have a question.
Oh.
There's a mic.
If you have questions, there are microphones right there and right there in the middle aisles. So we're only going to take a couple questions for this, though. But the guys will be around for you to ask them more.
Testing.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I heard you guys saying that it's going to be similar to Minecraft. When the final product ships, will you be able to build your own levels?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
So I think we're gonna go with 2 more questions. Yep, go ahead.
Will Cobalt be compatible with USB controllers that you plug in?
Let me answer that for you.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
Will there be a selection of avatars you can play as, and will they, if so, will they have their own special abilities?
So I guess the question is, will there be a selection of avatars that you can play, or different sort of avatars?
Right, other characters, yes.
Well, I could answer that with another demo.
This won't be quick. Yeah,
Yes.
this is our own...
Thank you.
The answer is yes. One more question and then we go for scrolls. Go ahead.
Ready?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Will there be like different like game modes for scrolls?
Sorry, once again.
Well, are they gonna be like different game modes for scrolls, like different ways you can play?
Yeah, currently we have about 3 or 4 different game modes, and we're exploring more, and also the ones we currently have. So I guess the short answer is yes. But the long answer is we will see during the alpha which game modes we're focusing on and where we take the game. And that's where you come in as well.
So, I think we'll have some more time for some more questions after the scrolls and the Mojang panel. So let's cue scrolls. Scrolls.
Hi, everyone. Before we start to introduce everyone and talk a bit about scrolls, I would like to take a picture of you, if that's okay. So, all right. As I count to 3, you can all say cheese, yeah? 1, 2, 3. That was awesome. Yeah, so we're going to talk a bit about Scrolls, which is a Mojang game that we have been working on for a while. Before I start talking about it, I think we should pass the mic and let everyone introduce ourselves. I should say before we start that one of our graphical artists, Junk Boy, is not here. Yeah. Well, he is somewhere here, just not here. So my name is Jakob Porscher, and I'm the lead designer for Scrolls, and also one of the developers. I developed the client.
Hi everybody, I'm Daniel Frisk. I'm a back-end developer, and I do the game logic and rules for Scrolls.
I think this works. Yeah, I have my own mic. Feels good. My name is Mattis. Just Swedish names are complicated. I make animations and characters for Scrolls. Character animation and effect animation.
Hi, my name is Henrik Pettersson. I do mostly illustrations, but also animations for Scrolls.
Such a nice crowd. Okay, so we're kind of excited now because we finally get to show off Scrolls a bit. We have been working on it since, well, actually since we announced it. We announced it in the beginning of March at GDC. And that's kind of when we started to really develop what we see now. Prior to that, we had made a small prototype of the game and tested it out and just to get a feel for it. So you guys will be the first non-Mojang employees to see the game, which I'm very excited about. Yeah. Now the game is intended to be a multiplayer, kind of a competitive multiplayer, turn-based collectible card game type game. But for MineCon, we figured we'd do a single-player version, so it'll be easier to try out. So we threw together an AI. Daniel worked on that one. And I'm going to get rolling. I'm going to play the game a bit, and I'm going to try to explain how it works.
Keep in mind that this is like pre-alpha version, so if there's anything that you find disagreeable that you see in this game, then we probably think so too, and we're really happy to hear your input on everything.
Like we normally say, don't look directly at the bugs. So look away completely now. I'm gonna skip this little tutorial here since I'm gonna talk about it anyways.
You are the tutorial.
I am the tutorial for now. So this is basically the game. What we see here is my character portrait on your left. I play the good-looking blonde. I like to do that.
That is actually you in real life.
That probably, yeah.
You're just wearing a fake beard.
So on this side here, on my side, that's my game board on the left side. On the right side is my opponent's game board. So I can summon my units on this side, and he will summon on this side. The objective of the game is to destroy my opponent's idols that we see at the back. I need to destroy 3 of his 5 idols in order to win it. And the way I go about this is I use my collection of scrolls that I have available here. The scrolls come in many different types. We have, this is a unit. We can see it has, if you look at the green little icon there, it's a yellow 1, meaning it costs 1 growth resource. You can also see that it has 1 attack power. The middle number there is the charge counter. Sorry, also 1, meaning it attacks every round. And at the end, we see next to the heart is a 1, meaning it has 1 life or 1 hit point. So I need 1 resource to cast this, to summon this unit. And the way I get resource is to sacrifice a scroll or scrolls that I have in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and right-click this Vampiric Assassin, choose the growth resource. And so now I have 1 resource. We can see down here, next by the resource is it's a yellow big 1, meaning that's my current resource. I have 1 of it. And you see the white little number here shows how many I will have at the beginning of each round. So it gets replenished at the beginning of my round. So I have a resource, I go ahead and click my sin-marked sealet, and I can place it somewhere on my game board. I'll go ahead and place it here. As you also can see on the right side, there are 6 hexagon tiles that are lit up. That is the path as it will attack. So right now there are no units there, so if I let him attack, if he would attack now, he would damage one of the idols in the back. If my opponent has summoned a unit in that path, my unit will be blocked, and he will deal damage to my opponent's blocker. So I've used my resource now, and I can only sacrifice 1 scroll per turn, so I really can't do anything more this round. So I'm going to go ahead and click the end turn button down here, and it's my opponent's turn. He sacrifices a scroll for resource, and he summons his own guy up here. If I want to look at this, what kind of creature this is, I can click on it. Oh, that's, yeah. And we see the scroll saying that it's a unit that has 1 attack power, attack every round, and has 1 life. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice another scroll, get some more resources, and I now have 2. I'm going to summon another Sealot. Now, if I were to place him here, then he will be killed when the enemy unit attacks. So I'm going to place him down here for a little while. I also have this scroll here that's called Crown of Strength, which is not a unit. It is a unit enchantment, and you can look at it. It reads target unit gets +1 attack power and +2 hit points. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on this guy right here. If I hover the units, you can see a little reminder of its current stats. So 2 attack power, 0 charge counter, and 3 life. Now, as you can see, the charge counter is 0, meaning when I press the on button here, he will attack. So let's take a look at that. All right, so he, yeah, that was not cool. My opponent, what he did, he summoned the wall here. The wall has 3 life and an ability saying that all damage dealt to it will be reduced to 1. So even if I have a very massive unit having 10 attack power, it will still take 3 attacks before the wall breaks. Now, as you can see, I thought I had my unit in the clear, but my opponent shifted place on his unit before it attacked. And this is something you can do every round. You can move every unit you have. You can move him 1 step per round. So if I would like to move this one right here, I click it, choose one of the tiles next to him, go with this one, and that will be his new location. I'm going to continue to sacrifice a little more here. I'm actually going to summon an artifact. Shrine is called right now. Shrine increases the life of all owners' units by 1 as long as it is in play. So I'll add that to my side of the game board. It has 4 life. No attack power as it doesn't attack, and no charge counter as it doesn't attack. By then I'm done, and I'm gonna, oh yeah, and turn.
As you can see, all of the characters are fully animated. We intend to make 1 million scrolls, and we intend to make animated characters for all of them. So it's not only going to be a card game, but it's also going to be like an action, like some level of action strategic game.
I'm going to summon a wall on my own. This is a wall with 5 life, and it heals 1 at the beginning of my turn. It has 6 life now, as I have this artifact in play, of course. So this is basically, I mean, this is a strategic game, and as any collectible card games, I don't know if you play them. Oh, my opponent cast a spell here. Oh yeah, don't look directly at the bugs. As any collectible card games, half of the part that's fun is not only to actually play, but to build your decks that you bring to battle. We don't have that part ready, but we are working on it. And the idea, of course, is that when we do release the game, it will come with an ability, or the possibility to design your own decks and what scrolls you would like to have in them, and whether you should use just one type of resource or multiple resources. Because I mean, any time I could simply sacrifice a scroll to get this type of resource now, which is kind of stupid because I don't have any use for it. But if I were to have, and the battle, it kind of goes on until you destroy the 3 idols. And there's a variety of different units and different abilities. Some of the unit attacks through the blockers, and we also have siege weapon. I'm going to see if I can get hold of a siege weapon just to show you kind of how that works. I'm going to show you just a little bit about this unit that my opponent summoned. It's kind of a nasty thing. He has 9 attack power, so obviously he's a very powerful guy. But we see that he also has an attack counter of 3, meaning that he only attacks once every 3rd round. When he does, he normally does some damage, of course. So it would be in my opponent's interest to keep him defended and safe for at least 3 rounds until he can attack and deal his damage.
This guy's ridiculously OP.
Yeah.
Hate when the opponent plays him, seriously. Use the explosion thing, because I drew it.
Oh, sorry. I sacrificed it.
You sacrificed it. Oh, man.
I'll probably get a new one
Bummer.
soon. My opponent casts a Chain Lightning now. See, this is one of the bugs I was talking about. This deals direct damage to a unit, and then it just keeps on going as long as there's a unit next to it. So if he throws it on this wall right here, he will also damage this unit as well as this artifact right here. And he did, yeah. Not so nice. Adding a wall, see if I can stop this monster up here. Oh, more Chain Lightnings. That's nice. Seems I'm not getting any more of your explosions there, Mattis. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You only have 1 dude.
Looking at one thing we would like to do with this game, since we have a game board, is to actually. Oh yeah, that was.
I swear, you only have 1 dude, and he has like 2 iron golems. You're going to die.
Listen, I'm doing the best I can.
You cannot win this game. Use the explosion, okay?
I got an explosion now.
Yeah, use it.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for yelling at me in front of all these people. I'm
not yelling.
This feels like a day at the office, you know.
That is actually completely true.
Yeah, here's the fire breath. I'm going to show it now. You happy, Mattis?
Don't do it at the wall. Explode the golem.
Now, I was talking about we wanted to use the game boards. Here's a perfect example of that. This is a unit that it has the ability that when the his name is Spearheader, when Spearheader attacks, all surrounding units also attacks. So this is kind of a way where we're actually using the distance between units in a good way. We also saw it when I casted the AoE damage effect that I just threw up here, apparently in the wrong place. So I think that's a major part we would like to bring to this game and kind of build on the already existing collectible card game genre by adding kind of a new layer of strategy to the game. And I mentioned before, I didn't get one now, but the siege weapon. What that does is, as you can see, he has piled up some walls here. And if I were to put a unit and start attacking that, it would take a long time for my units to actually get through and do some damage. So he can hide his more important units behind those walls. Now, what a siege weapon does is that it throws a projectile and it lands on a specific area. So I could place a siege weapon that the projectile goes over the walls and lands in the back on these units. So try to use that carefully and take out his more important pieces. And I think we're soon going to start some Q&A. I think if you think this looks interesting, we have 10 computers up there with the Scrolls demo on them. Go up and play some and bring Matthias. You'll have a lot of fun. And I'm gonna talk about a few things about this game. This is obviously the battle mode, the kind of battle part of the game. And that's the thing we've been working on the most for the last period of time. But it will be more to this game. It will be a possibility to trade scrolls with other players, or put them on an auction house and sell them for in-game currency, which you then can use to buy new scrolls. I mentioned we had, it's going to be focused a lot on multiplayer, and we're looking at a lot of different tournament templates for this, everything from ranked leagues and ranked matches to kind of draft tournaments, and hopefully we would like to see some really large tournaments as well. So who knows, in a couple of years maybe we can have like a world championship of scrolls. The plan is to, the first release will be on PC and Mac, but we would really like to cover some other platforms, and one that we are aiming for is smartphones and pads. And to have that as a cross-platform experience, so you can see it on your iPad, playing against me, who's playing on a MacBook or a PC. I'm also going to just quickly talk about the release plan, because we've been getting a lot of questions about that. When is the game coming out, and how will we develop it? And the thing we would like to do is to have a closed alpha, and to just get the community's input, see what they like, what they don't like, help us balance out the content of this game, and then move on to an open beta where you can buy the game at a reduced price, kind of like the same model we had with Minecraft. And to continuously develop the game, we want to add like single-player campaign modes. We'd like to add new content to the game continuously. So that is kind of the release plan. As far as a release date, we haven't set anything specific. We're looking at hopefully the first part of next year sometime. So it can anything from a few months to 6 months from now, maybe. Yeah, I think that's all I have on the release plan. So we have the mic set up. If anyone has any questions, we would like to try and answer them.
Go ahead. So, is there gonna be like, if you kill another, person's like enemy, like your enemy, one of their units, will you gain like a resource at one point, or will you just like not get anything from, or experience or anything to level?
If I heard it correctly, will I get resources if I kill the other units?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the only way to get resources in this game is to sacrifice your scrolls. So it's kind of a balance there, that you don't, if you're having two different resources, or have scrolls in your deck that require two different resources, that would require a lot of sacrificing in order to get all the resources. So that's kind of the resource management and the balance that you have to take into account as you play the game. So the only way is to sacrifice your own scrolls.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. That sounds like quite a good idea for an ability for one character. So we might steal that.
Yeah.
Come up with more good ideas for our game. Really appreciate it.
Is there going to be more character customization or are there going to be more characters than just 2?
Oh yeah, these are something that we made for this demo. There will definitely be more character customization in some way or shape or form. So yeah.
Quite possibly you'll just be able to choose your own avatar, and then you'll just build your deck with whatever scrolls you like. So, like, the customization is going to be half of the game. So yes.
With as much scrolls as you guys are planning on to introduce, how many are you actually thinking about maybe taking from the community when they design their own scrolls? How open are you guys to accepting ours?
The acoustics in here are, there's so much echo. Can you please just repeat your question?
With as many scrolls as you guys are making, how many are you guys willing to look at from community-made scrolls?
Oh, I see.
I think feedback from the community is always extremely important. And I think it would be very stupid from us not to look at stuff that the community likes. Obviously, it have to be balanced so it fit into the game. But I'm sure when we get to that point, I'm sure we're definitely going to look at people, their suggestions. Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to actually have the rest of the Mojang team come up. So, come on. So now what you can do is if you had a question for Jacob with scrolls, you can ask it during this. The way this is going to work is you'll line up just the same if you have a question. Do not bull rush each other. We're going to try to get to as many as we can. We're just going to go back and forth. So just ask your direct question quickly, and please say the name of the person who you'd like to answer it. Okay? So go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
Notch and Jeb, I have an idea I just wanted to quickly present. If you guys would be ever willing to put this in the game, it's the idea of, you guys haven't really put in any new armor since Alpha, so I was thinking of using cloth or string to make silk, which you could make pajamas out of. And the pajamas would help you fall asleep faster.
Nailed it.
And if, also you could add a new block called the loom, which you could use to make this, and also to make the bed. The bed could have more components or something. So, I see you're still playing Scrolls. So, yeah, that was just my idea, and I wanted to ask, are you guys gonna keep, building on Minecraft? Or are you guys gonna keep adding things and making updates out of community's ideas?
Does this work? Yes. Yeah, we are going to keep developing the game, and we really appreciate all the ideas that people are doing. I think one of the main things we need to focus on now is the mod support that we promised for a long time. And perhaps Jens can answer the question about the pajamas.
Maybe the pajamas will also make the monsters ignore you, so you can sleep even if there are monsters nearby.
This question is to Jacob. Will you be adding environments inside scrolls? Like water, where water scrolls work better?
If there will be elements, was that the question?
Yes.
I think there's definitely room for that kind of things, absolutely. I think we're at the stage right now that we work really hard to complete this demo. We need to some extent, go back to the drawing board and really think about what kind of content this game requires to be fun, and how we can tweak and manage and look at the design and interaction design. I think some sort of classical rock, paper, scissors, water being strong against fire and so on, will probably be in effect. It's a classic way, and it's still kind of fun. So yeah.
Also, just that kind of stuff. If you're in this environment, all units get plus this, and there's going to be a single-player version, and those kinds of things seem plausible to do in a single-player version where game balance isn't that ridiculously important as it is in multiplayer. So yeah, more of that stuff in single-player probably.
Okay. Trying to form a question, or the question was in my head. This is for Notch or anybody up there, I guess. What was up with can we have some in-depth talking or something info on the credits for the 1.9 whatever, those far out credits that were, I don't know, like Yogscast went over, they don't understand it. No one seems to understand it. It's kind of like trolling, I guess. I don't know.
It's not actually trolling. It's I was trying to figure out what could be like a decent ending to the game, and anything I could think of felt like it would undermine what the player had done. Like I can't just assume what the player has done because you really make your own game out of it. And I spoke to the guy who wrote it, Julian Go, I think you pronounce his name. And he's actually written like real books and stuff, so he's pretty amazing. And I talked to him about just wanting to just have like a wall of text, like that has some kind of meaning. It doesn't have to have a real meaning, but feel like it has a meaning. And then he wrote that piece of text, and I really like it. And the fact that it's 9 minutes and 45 seconds, that's just a positive bonus, I think.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, this is for Jacob. In terms of the scrolls, you said there's going to be about 1 million. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
That is not a very accurate
Okay,
number.
cool.
Just complete hyperbole.
But as far as the new releases go, you know, obviously there are going to be new scrolls coming out every once in a while. Are those going to be free for everyone, or are there going to be some sort of way to pay for it?
Yeah, the way that's going to work, there will be microtransactions in the game, so you can buy scrolls or packs with scrolls randomly inserted for money. We thought about this a lot, and we also want to add the option to earn scrolls without having to pay any more money than buying the game. So the way we are thinking about this is that you will earn in-game currency as you play ranked matches, win ranked matches, or beat bosses in single player. And with this, you can buy either scrolls from the auction house from other players, or you can buy packs of scrolls. Apart from that, we would like to see for the players to always be able to get new content. So we will add a game lifetime subscription to anyone who buys the game. So ever so often, whether it be every third week, every fourth week, you will get a pack of scrolls. And you will always get from the latest expansion of scrolls. So you will always be able to obtain more scrolls, whether you would like to spend a bit more money on the game or a bit less, or none more than actually buying the game. So that is our focus, and exactly how we will do that, and that remains to be seen. But that's the goal, and it will happen in some way.
All right, thanks.
Like the microtransactions part is like there will be an in-game marketplace, and there will be like trading card booster packs, the normal kind that you know about. I'm so awkward.
Sorry. My question is about Minecraft and updating, because I was wondering if Mojang's other games would have to do with modding or something like that, because Minecraft always comes out with mods, which I love, but I was wondering if other games would have that type of modding, retro, like interactivity.
Should I answer that? I don't know. I guess the games that I will be like the kind of lead designer of will kind of always have that, because the games I really love those games in like the early 90s, and they kind of had that vibe. I think the most important thing is to think what fits the game. I mean, in a game like Scrolls, we can't have too much modding of the content, because it's like a competitive game. I think for games that are more single-player games, then yes.
All right, awesome.
Hi, this is in regards to scrolls. You said that the decks and scrolls will have a customized ability that you can like build your own deck. Will there be restrictions? You have certain numbers of a type of card, or will it just be whatever you want, whatever you can obtain, you can put that in your deck?
Right, right. There will be restrictions. You won't be able to have a deck of 50 scrolls of the same type. Exactly what those restrictions are, I think, is something that we will have to work out with the community during an alpha. What kind of fits the game, and what is a reasonable amount of restrictions to that. But yeah, in some way there will definitely be restrictions.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so this is to Notch. I was wondering if you would be adding something like volcano biomes or more biomes for Minecraft, such as above ground dungeons, because I think that a lot of us have a bit of trouble finding the stronghold without Eye of Ender.
Yeah, I really actually like doing like terrain programming. That's one of the most fun parts of Minecraft development for me. When it comes to like the strongholds and stuff, that's actually mostly been gens, because I've tried doing like procedure generated like structures, and I'm really bad at that. But gens is actually really good at that. We started a new biome code for the full release. It's not really finished yet, but I don't think it's ever going to be finished. We're just going to keep working on it forever, I guess.
Hi. Regarding scrolls, in a lot of other trading card games, rarity is used to determine how strong a card is. The rare cards are the good cards, and it can make it problematic to get into the game. You start off so weak and poor, lacking the powerful rare cards. You have to throw down a lot of money to compete. What's your view and goal regarding rarity?
Can you try to repeat? It was really hard to hear what your question. Can you try and repeat it a little louder, please?
Regarding scrolls, rarity, how rare a card is a pretty big factor in trading card games. Many of them use it to balance the card. The most powerful are the rarest, which means new players don't have powerful cards, or they have to spend a lot of money to get up there. What's your view on using rarity and power level?
Right. I kind of like rarities, because I think a collectible card game is not only about playing it, it's also about collecting and building your collection. And I think it adds an interesting aspect to a game. But as far as balancing, I think it's not a good way to have, you know, an automatic win because I have been collecting my scrolls for a longer period of time than you have. If we were to end up with a product that is, you know, the guy who has the most rare cards win, then we have failed. The balance should be definitely more about that. I'm sorry. The balance should not really, rarity shouldn't affect game balance in that way. No.
I have just a question about Cobalt. When I noticed, and this would be a question for anybody who was up doing the presentation there, I noticed during gameplay that even though it was explained that the only way you could aim was really to roll over at high speed and with perfect timing, I noticed that almost never did I see someone miss. Is there some sort of auto-aiming or assistance built in?
Am I the only one on the Cobalt team here? Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Yes, as we said, the rolling is intended to allow you to shoot in any direction, but the timing is quite difficult, so the game is actually trying to help you aim against targets. Also, if you just stand on the ground and press down or up, it will activate the help aimer, so it will allow you to target things that are flying against you.
We're only going to be able to take a couple more questions, so ask them really quick so we can get as many in as possible.
Okay, this question is for anyone on the Scrolls team. Has the lawsuit with Bethesda affected anything? Are you guys like going to have to change the name or like delay the release, or is everything okay with that?
Everything, well, define okay. The lawsuit doesn't really affect us. No, we've kept working on this game. It hasn't delayed the game, and anything. We actually won the first instance. So yeah. So for now, the name of Scrolls is safe. So yeah.
Great, thank you.
Lawyers are doing the lawyering, and we're developing the game.
I had a question for Notch and Jeb. Is the Ender Dragon fight going to be the actual end of Minecraft and that's it? Or is there going to be more realms and more things even after the Ender Dragon fight? Because when I played in 1.9 pre-release, I couldn't get out of the Ender realm.
Yeah, if you destroy the dragon, you get a portal. If you enter the portal, you get the end credits, then you get back to the normal world. So you can keep playing after you beat the dragon. Yeah, before you kill the dragon, the only way to exit is to actually like die.
Okay, well, this is for basically anyone working on Scrolls or Cobalt. Would it be possible at the end of MineCon or something that we would get the demo that was played here to download or for us?
I can answer for Scrolls. No, would be the answer. I really want you guys to start playing with it. We're working really hard to get a version out there that you can play with. So we're asking for a little more patience. Hopefully not too much. Jeb.
Well, it's the same for Cobalt. You will get the game, but you will not be able to get the demo until we have like enabled the ability to actually download the alpha from our servers. But hopefully that will. Our aim, which is a very realistic aim, is to have it before Christmas.
In Minecraft, I know you can like get custom maps and stuff, but I was wondering, are you guys gonna add like an easier way to kind of download custom maps and play them, like just within Minecraft, rather than having to downloading off the internet and then put them in?
I didn't really hear the question. Was it? Did you ask if people were able to download maps for Cobalt? Was that the question?
For Minecraft, if you could like, they're gonna find an easier way to play custom maps, like within the game itself, and find different ones, kind of like in other games.
I don't think we really know at this point. We think the sharing of maps is really cool. Yeah, it would be really fun to integrate.
For Notch or for Jens, I suppose. One of the most appealing factors of Minecraft is the infinite world, since InfDev just being able to go forever. Now, horizontal transportation is enhanced by powered minecarts, but vertical transportation, especially since map height is now moddable, and the boat mechanics were nerfed for buoyancy, which is unfortunate. I was curious if there's any ideas besides ladders or stairs or elaborate piston elevators that can really bring us vertical transportation in a timely manner, if that's been considered.
He got horizontal and vertical confused. Yeah, I don't have anything really planned for that. I'm trying to avoid anything that encourages the game to build more vertical, because if you can go further up, then you also want to be able to look further away in the distance, and that kind of becomes a vicious circle. So yeah, I know there are mods that have good solutions for increasing the vertical space, and then you need to be able to travel faster. I think it's a bit of a dangerous development dead end.
Okay, we only have time for 2 more questions. I'm sorry. But remember, for the panels, the classrooms, if there is not enough room in them, we're going to be putting all of the sessions online so you can hear them after the fact. So 2 more questions, and then we are going to be done, but we'll see you tonight at the party. Everybody will be signing autographs and hanging out and everything. So 2 more questions. Go.
I know a long time ago we heard that there might be lanterns, but then nothing happened, and we heard that torches might go out, but then like it sort of dropped off. So are you ever going to have lanterns or any other form of light?
I'm not entirely sure about why we didn't do the lanterns. I think I was really in love with the idea for a while. Then a lot of people said that they didn't like it, that they wanted the torches to stay permanent. So I think I mostly changed my mind because of perhaps the feedback I got for it. Yeah, but more forms of lightning, sure.
Okay, thank you.
For anyone on the Scrolls team,
do you plan on making a sort of infinite resources mode to give it a more fast-paced action feel?
It's I don't know. I mean, it's basically a turn-based game. So I believe there's limits to how much fast play you can get. But one of the challenges with making a turn-based game that features a lot of multiplayer is to make it as fast as possible. We have some ideas for this, not infinite resource necessarily, but other ways of speeding up the game and making it a lot snappier.
I can draw more explosions for you if that's what you want. Because that's really fun. We can make more things explode. I'll see to that.
Thank you.
Okay, so thank you guys for coming to the Mojang panel. We will see you tonight at the party, and go to the panels upstairs. There's a bunch of them. If not, we'll see you tonight at 7. Wear your Minecraft costumes!
It's only been a week. The rush of being